we should be back now and with 2 visible boards. That would be nice.
We can check. We can check. Yes,
Okay, good.
but it's slightly. Yeah, okay, it doesn't matter, but it's slightly off
Yeah. I
offset.
will
But
try to make it better.
so I guess Rule is still thinking. He just played 37, 40. Ah, no, he's just played 31, 37, and now he's still thinking. Um, yeah, so this is yeah, so he plays 37, 41. Yeah, so let's see. He played this. Now the computer. Well, it is interesting to see what Schwartzman will play. I think the most logical maybe is 33, 28. Well, after 41, 46, he doesn't have this as we've shown before because he wants black to capture this way, but in this case, black captures this way and wins the game. So after 33, 28, 41, 46, white now does have this nice majority combination. So yes, black has to take 3. Let's see. Yeah, so here black wants to take the most active white piece from of the board, but now he has to take the majority, which is 3 pieces, and white gets a king as well. And yeah, now it's just an equal end game. Both players have an equal amount of pieces and 1 king, so yeah, there shouldn't be any danger for white. So I expect to see a move something like this. And now, yeah, the strategy for black is just to, well, of course he cannot make a king here because we'll be winning for white. So the strategy for black is just to wait a couple of moves until this gets until he can make a king somewhere. And if he cannot make a king anywhere anytime soon, I guess we'll see a draw, or at least that's the most reasonable result. If black has to weaken his structure first before he can make a king, white is 2 pieces ahead and can make a ton of moves before he has to break his construction himself. So yeah, I guess maybe this is well, quite easily, or not easily, but it's at least very defendable for white. On the other hand, he only has 11 minutes left, and he is from a position that was looking like it shouldn't be too dangerous. He actually got into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, the psychological aspect here should not be overlooked. I think the fact that Schwartzman, yeah, just absolutely has no chance in this game and is now on the edge, so to say. So
Yeah, no chances. Maybe not even the most worst because he has had that already some other games this match. But yeah, he came in really big troubles while he had a good position, and then he decided to go for a draw. I think we can say when he played this exchange 34-30. But then
well,
still he came in trouble.
of course, yeah, when he played 34-30, I'm not sure it was for a draw essentially, but it was to kind of show Rule that he wasn't worried about any 14-20 positional issues because yeah, he just felt like it was equal and after 14-20, and if black wants to actively play for more than equality, then he should do some crazy things. But yeah, as you saw in the game, the Rule didn't actually do anything crazy. And Schwartzman made these moves 41 37, 37 32 himself, and Rule easily got into the attack. And now, yeah, we kind of forcingly got this position, and yeah, it's clearly a lot worse for Schwartzman, or at least it was, and maybe now it's
And we
and he
see
played
move
18
in check.
12.
Yeah.
18 12. Ooh, okay. Well, maybe that's possible as well. Okay, so it's at least a quite logical move, because he now wants to, let's see. So if Rule plays 41 46, he wants to catch it in. Oh no, that's not possible.
No, because again, this
Maybe
piece.
maybe that's what he's looking for. So this, and
Okay.
now for one piece, to catch the king for one piece. And now, yeah, I mean, this is white is one piece behind.
Oh, and the Rule played to 46.
I did play it. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, if he doesn't play 41 46 immediately, I think yeah, maybe Schwartzman will play 33 28. So for example, after 9 13, let's see. Yeah, so here. So for example, after 9 13, 33 28. Yeah, so now Black really cannot make a king anywhere. And yeah, this is not so easy for Black. Computer suggests 6 11.
So
Yeah,
now if we go
and now
here.
white and now white goes here. Yeah. So now Black cannot take a king on 46 because of the same white catches it in the same way. And now after this, if Black stays on this line, white has this capture like this, and now it's an easy draw because Black has to stop this piece on 16 first, and then white will bring the other piece to 24, and eventually sacrifice it for a king. So yeah, this is a forced line that I think Schwartzman saw, maybe because Black cannot really try anything else, or at least not responsibly. So yeah, so after 6 11, 12 7, it's just well, Black can try maybe this and capturing to 45. And then yeah, doesn't feel like it should be much for Black, because when he tries to stop this piece on one, then it will be, or not immediately, but the king will eventually be captured in some way because of this trap. So for example, to show a quick, let's see. So if I can, okay, so if I just place it on one immediately, 11 6 3 9 43 38 38 32. Yeah, so these are positions that are, they look dangerous for white, but yeah, it's just, with the king on one and the piece on six, you can never really move a king, so you don't really gain any advantage from having a king on the board here. And yes, this should just be well, sort of equal. So I guess Rule is trying to ask Schwartzman, are you really going to capture the king here? Because it's for one piece, you should be careful.
Yes, yes now.
But on the other hand, there's this kind of luck of one against two pieces. So this piece on 12 kind of keeps 2 and 6 out of the game, because when Black plays 6 11, white immediately goes in between here. And yeah, so here it's Black cannot get this piece out of the way, because white will just march towards the king, and eventually white will win this piece back. So here there's yeah, some kind of balance. And if black would have had a piece on 13 as well, he could always play 2-8, of course. So that's maybe important to state that black has exactly not enough pieces to make this work. So
Yeah, because he cannot not play this and then play this one, because then again you can. Oh, that's well. I don't say anything.
what?
No, nothing.
No,
So
but yeah, I mean, the plan here for white is very straightforward, I would say. He just wants to play this and this and this. Yeah, and then after 21-16, 6-11, change, there's this other lock of 1 against 2, and yeah, the more pieces get exchanged, the more easy it gets towards the draw, I would say. But of course, there's other things to play for white as well. He doesn't have to play this. He can just easily play this towards the other side as well. So just to show, for example, maybe 49 is logical. Yeah, so 13-19 maybe. Yeah, this would be logical. 15-20, 44. Oh, not this one. Yeah, so now black has the threat of 6-11 because
yeah,
after white goes in between, then 19-24 will follow. But white can play 38 either way. So yeah, for example, this or this. Yes, and now it's becoming clear that yeah, that black has yeah, has no plan here. So for example, this 33-28. And he should even watch out at some point that white doesn't get too much compensation.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, this is just it's just equal. And I think if we see Schwartzman going for 33-28 here, then we'll see a draw quite quickly.
Are there
And we
any
should
other options for Schwarzman, because
for
he's
white.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's looking at something, but I guess he just thinks, okay, I have this in my back pocket, and I will start looking for variants where I maybe more actively catch the king. Um, but yes, I think that would be very dangerous to go for anything more than a draw here. Well, because black, of course, on the next move can, for example, place his king on 5, and then he has all these threats with, for example, 3-8. So let's play this. Now you can immediately see that computer bar, because of this move, goes down drastically.
Yeah.
Now he does have a nice idea of playing 43-39. So the idea is that after this, white has to, or black has to take 5 pieces instead of what he wants. He wants to take 4, of course. So this way,
It actually is a quite
or
complicated moment, because you can
or this
take
way.
pieces in
Yeah, this is a
multiple ways.
this is a funny moment. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yes, he wants to take 4, and he wants to take 4 in this way, I would say.
Yeah. To
But
keep
according to stay on the main line, but according to the rules, he has to take 5. And now, yeah, white just catches the king and wins the game even. So yes, of course, this is a nice idea, but black can just wait one more move, and then yeah, it's over for white. He cannot keep this in the position, or at least not in a good way. And the
going
next
in
move, black will,
between
for
isn't an
example.
option either. And you
No. Of course, black on the next move, black wants to play 2-8, for example, and if white goes in between, you have this 9-14, 14-20, and now you do take 5, but now it is clearly winning. Because if white plays if white plays this, you have 2-7 in the end, catching the king. So um, so yeah, here, yeah, I guess 18-12 is just yeah, sort of yeah, a very accurate move by black, and yeah, by white, and of course he had to calculate the main line with 9-13, 33-28.
Yeah, now he plays.
But yeah, concluded that that he shouldn't be worried here. And now, yeah, so in the game, the rule immediately played 41-46. Now Schwartzman played 33-28 and 40-34. And yeah, it seems like the players will. Well, maybe Schwartzman will play for a win here even. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll play this on just for a few moves.
Yeah, you could try. But on the other hand, we saw in the previous games that he doesn't. Well, in the Seoul game, he had a very clear advantage. He didn't try to play it as long as possible. When it was a clear draw, then he just went for the draw. Maybe because you said he's the older person, so he should take his rest as much as possible. But another clear line I see is that every time we think who has a promising position, uh, Schwartzman just finds the critical moment and the critical moment to defend his position. And
Mm-hmm.
these moves like 18-12, and also was it yesterday where he played 15-20 very accurately. Um, all the time
Yeah, yeah.
when you think okay, now it's very promising, then he plays a move like this, and then it's, oh yeah, okay, now it's nothing anymore.
Yeah, well, in this game, yeah, I think seeing as this will lead to a draw, I think he really, um, yes, I would have seen Rule try the line that we mentioned earlier
Yeah,
with 4-9 first, because he could have given Schwartzman a few more options there, and therefore also a few more options to choose the wrong thing. While in this case, it was well sort of quite straightforward that uh, yeah, that he had some forced lines, and of course, Rule. I think that is why Rule went for it as well because he was low on time too. But he went with let's see, yeah. So this was the critical moment in my opinion. So he went with 14-20, 30-25, and then this forced line, and yeah, here it is almost immediately nothing. So. Um, Of course, Black could have tried some other things as well, like 2-8 maybe. Um, but yes, after this, it's yeah. I think uh, Rule would also afterwards, after this game, he would maybe even be mad at himself for not trying 4-9 here.
yeah,
Even though of course it is not winning or anything, or it not even said that it's actually a lot better than what he did in the game. But it gives a lot more options to white, and also this option that we saw of playing 30-25, and now it's clear that white is, or at least that the black king will only cost one piece instead of two,
yeah.
which is of course clearly better. Um, and
And this is something we
and yes, also after this, for example, this maybe black can even wait one more move, but let's say he plays 17-20. No, sorry, 14-20. And this yes, and now it's yeah, might be still a draw, of course, but at least black can for example wait some more moves. You can try this immediately, and all the white pieces are in the center essentially, which is a big difference between well, between the game and this variant, I would say. So yeah, there were some things to try here for Rule for sure.
yeah, and
uh
it's always difficult when to use your last minutes, because I think he
well, of
had
course,
a
of
bit
course.
more than 10 minutes. um yeah, maybe, okay, with hindsight it's easy to say, but maybe at this point he should have take his time a bit longer. Because as you
Yeah,
said,
maybe,
the line
maybe.
he chose was just so forced.
Yes, and that's of course, as you say, in hindsight, it's much easier to draw conclusions. But
Yeah.
um, on the other hand, I would say that it's one of the main things Rule does as one of the best in the world um, to to trust in his intuition even when he's not sure that it will be the best move.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that is one of the actually the strongest things about Rules, that he is that he trusts in his intuition and can play uh, can play such a move as 1420 even though he might not be sure that it is the best. But he will just play it and say, okay, I'll see after the game if it was the best or not. But now I have to hurry up, so to say. Um, and yes, that is what he does very well. And of course, it can also fall the other way. So that's what happened here,
Yeah.
where he decided to kind of quickly play 1420 according to his maybe his previous calculations, and yeah, it turned out to be not the best move, or at least practically uh, not the strongest. Um, but yes, I mean it happens, and it was still a very good game by Rule, and I'm sure. Yeah, I'm interested to see what what Schwartzman will say about this game, because he was under quite a lot of pressure, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Um,
sure. I'm curious if he thought that he had a losing position, because he didn't look like he was very scared. But
no,
yeah,
no, that's true. That's true. Um, but yes, all in all, of course, it's not done yet. But I
no.
think we'll see.
Yeah, are there any chances in the current position
Yeah, no,
win
no.
for one of the two colors?
Um, no, I don't think so. I think this will just be yeah, just a normal draw, I would say. Maybe there are. So for example, if white plays this, yeah, no, even this is nothing. It's thinking about some lines where maybe there could be some sort of opposition here, but no, even
Ah,
there, white can just take this one, and yeah, it should be a draw every day of the week, this position. So even on Tuesday. Yeah, no, this is I think I played this. Yeah. No, I
yeah.
mean
Then
I was
maybe we should.
looking
Oh
for
yeah.
some lines where this opposition is in. Let's
In
see. So
favor.
this 3-9. So now if white plays to 40, I guess. Ah, yeah, no, it's still a draw. The opposition is for white. So 9-14, and this now if yeah, no, it's still nothing. So I would say both players are just making some moves too. Schwartzman has played
Ah,
49.
49.
It's a bit
Is that a logical move?
no, it's a bit strange, to be honest. Well, just because it kind of blocks the white pieces now after 1923. And
This reminds me to what Roel said yesterday, that he thought the way of
yeah, yeah, yeah.
defending in the end game was a bit strange by Schwartzman, and he thought Schwartzman could have made the draw much more quicker.
Yeah, I think Rule made a very good point there. Um, that at least he wants to kind of get a bit more information on how his opponent approaches slightly worse positions.
Yeah,
So yeah, we can see Rule going for quite a think now with his last 5 minutes. Um, seeing or trying to check if 1923 is anything good. But yeah, he made quite a good point there because um, indeed, as he said, Schwartzman wasn't really, or at least the way he made a draw in that game wasn't really, didn't feel really comfortable. Felt a bit weird, the fact that he, after 15-20 in the opening, Schwartzman clearly had a better position, or at least a position that he could be happy about. And the fact that he in the end had to fight for a draw even, or at least somewhat fight for a draw, clearly shows that he's I mean, he didn't play the best moves there for sure. And I think that is maybe something that Rule wants Schwartzman to know about himself, so to say.
Yeah.
So maybe the something that Rule wants to
So
point out to Schwartzman that it's nothing, but at least you're not playing the best moves,
yes.
which will maybe come back to bite Schwartzman in a later stadium.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting, and of course it makes a lot of sense for Rule to play this out, because
What could be the reason to play this move? Because in this situation, to me, it looks logical to just play with one of these two pieces and just keep this as a defense, and yeah,
yeah,
try to go to key.
for sure it's much more logical to just play 34-29 and this. But maybe he wasn't sure about 15-20. For example, this line.
Yeah.
Yes, and now clearly this white kind of blocks his own pieces. Or maybe for 24-30 is even stronger. But yeah, because of these these three black pieces, white kind of is blocked by his own piece on 12. Cannot go here because of 2-8, and this 1 for 2, which is probably still draw, but not something white would want. And after 23-18, well, black can choose to go for an endgame like this, which can be practically very difficult for white. Or you can even choose to play 3-9 here. And well, this is of course it should be a draw anyway, but yeah, so maybe this is what Schwartzman saw after 34-29, and didn't see that he could maybe wait one move and then there's absolutely no problem. So he went for 49-44 immediately, and now 19-23, 44-40, and of course it still shouldn't be a problem here, because well, black has to choose between 15-20 or 3-9. And after 15-20, well, I can imagine white can already play 33-29. Black can use this move to play 2-8, but white will just, well, for this or this, just march towards the center, and yeah, it will be, for example, this. Yeah, there I don't think there's a lot of chances here for black, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
And on the other hand, of course, 3-9, then 34-30, 9-14 makes sense, and now maybe 15-20 or 14 looks still looks a bit. So after 15-20, white will play 33-29, 23-28, and then 30-25, or at least white has to. And now after this, yeah, normally without the pieces on 2 and 12, one would win in this way, but now it's just a draw because they are there. So maybe this is what Schwartzman calculated, but
yeah, so you mean
I mean,
without those pieces you can just exchange and this strong
Yeah,
king
so
just blocks the two pieces here.
yeah, exactly. So without these two, you can just stay on this line, and there's nothing white can do. But now white can take this chance to give two pieces and remove black from the line. So yeah, this is just equal.
Yeah.
Um, and we see,
He chose for 40, 35 here.
okay, so this one, so we can, but the other variant we can see is this one, and now 1420 instead of 15.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, Schwarzman should have calculated this because otherwise it's just it's just a mess. So he should have been sure about this. It feels really weird somehow to go for this, to be honest. But yes, again, what Joel said, he didn't choose in the previous game. He also didn't choose the most correct way to go for a draw, or at least the most safe. But okay, let's see 1420 now. White has to go for this and 3025 because there's no other way to. Because after this, yeah, now it's completely losing for white because after he goes in between, then 2430. Yeah, black wins because of the opposition. So he will have to play 3329 and then 3025, and after this, give this piece and then march to 4. And because of these two black pieces that are in the center, yeah, black cannot go for for a classic. Or at least he can. The most logical thing to do would, for example, go to 49. Then after 10-5, you have this, and after 10-4, yeah, you would have this. But now because the piece on 28 is still hanging, you have 4-10, and it's a draw. So yeah, and you have this threat, of course. So yeah, it's a draw, but it feels like it's yeah, it's
Unneeded to go.
it's absolutely
Yes.
not necessary to make it this difficult. No.
Oh, but on the other hand, if he saw this and he saw a very clear line, then he just played it and he didn't check the other one. If
Well,
he
he
just
has.
sees.
I just want to point out that now he has 1 minute left.
Ah, yeah, but he just played his move.
Okay, so now he has 246. The rule has 345. Okay. So we see this position on the board.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yes, I'm sure.
yeah, then there are no chances anymore, right?
Well, you could. There's something to say for. Let's see. There's something to say for this as well.
Oh,
Is there? Well, just to play this and 2-7 because now if you go for the same line,
mm-hmm.
you have 29, 23. Yeah, that's good. But if you go for the same line, then now this is winning for black after 30-24. Of course, white can play this and it's a draw, but after this, it's winning for black because the piece is now on the edge.
Yeah, so you can
So,
choose it. Yeah.
but yes, it's a draw anyway.
Maybe
So I
then this is a
guess
good moment to because I see some questions in the chat about the tie break.
okay.
So maybe it's good to show our viewers how the tie break will look like. We have it with the match rules. So here we see them. If you look at the possible tiebreak, you see the first bullet point. A tiebreak will be there on the 12th of January, so tomorrow, if game 1 to 6 all end up in a draw, and that's what we think is going to happen here. And then the tiebreak will be like this. The first win will stop the tiebreak. So we play until a victory. So they will play a rapid game first, and rapid game has a time control of 20 minutes from the start, and then both players get 10 seconds per move added. And if the first rapid game will be a draw, then there will be another rapid game. If it will be a draw, there will be another rapid game. And if that will be a draw as well, then they will go to blitz games. And blitz games will be with the time control of 10 minutes and 5 seconds added per move. And they will play until a victory. So if the first blitz game will be a victory, then the tiebreak stops. But if not, if it will be a draw, then they will play another blitz game. If that one will be a draw, there will be another blitz game. And then we will get something special. Because after the 3 blitz games, there will be a super blitz game. And super blitz will mean they start both with 10 minutes and 2 seconds added per move. But if the game ends up in a draw, then they will start another game, but they keep the time left. So, for example, if they end up with one player having 30 seconds left and the other player having 3 minutes left, then they start another game, but they start with 30 seconds and the other with, 3 minutes, I think. They play a new game, and they continue this process until there is a victory. So we can see quite some games tomorrow. So I think that's clear now to everyone. And they had this tiebreak twice in the you could say once. In the previous match between them, just on the final day, because as we already stated in the previous match, there was a victory on day 6, in game 6, and then they played all the other regular games, ended up in a draw, and then they had the final tiebreak for two victories. So to say, because you need 3 victories, and who won twice in that final tiebreak. But for tomorrow we will only play for 1 victory. And in the previous match, Roel won the first victory came in a blitz game, actually, and then there was also a win in the super blitz game, also by Roel. So actually, no win was there in the rapid game. What is your prediction, Jan, for tomorrow? Because I think we can conclude now that it's very likely that we will have the tiebreak tomorrow. So maybe you can already do a guess. How many games do you think we will have tomorrow?
Are you sure that's correct, by the way, that there was no victory in the rapid portion? Because in my memory, the Rule won a rapid game.
Oh, am I wrong? I thought so.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe.
Checked it. Maybe someone can.
I thought. I'm not quite sure, but there was this attacking game that Rule won in the end, and I think it was a rapid game, but I'm not sure.
Ah, okay. Well, I will check it for tomorrow at least.
But okay, of course, it's going to be a very exciting day nonetheless. So, well, I hope as exciting as today was, because I for sure I'm speaking for myself now, but for sure I was excited for a moment here.
Yeah, for me too. Yeah.
And we see Schwartzman play. Yes, so the line we mentioned, so 34-29.
Yeah, we should still take an eye on the game. If there will be some big blunders, and we
Yeah,
should
no, but
switch back,
it's impossible for any player to blunder this. Because White will just naturally go to 4 to exchange this piece, and Black cannot attack the piece on 12 because of the well, yeah, um, because of the hanging piece on 28, and he can also go to 50, but then white casually moves his king to 36. So for example, if black tries to be smart, goes to 50, then yeah, now after 28, 33, white cannot exchange this immediately, because he has to take two, and black catches the white king, but he can just casually place his king to 31, for example, and yes, there's no problem. And on the next move, he can exchange 12, 8.
Yes.
And black can still not, that's maybe important to say, black can still not attack it 45, because yeah, because the piece on 33 is still hanging. So yeah, yeah, we'll just see. I think we'll think for maybe a few more minutes, and or maybe 2 more minutes, and then conclude that it is a draw if he hadn't done so yet.
Yeah, and in the meantime, I checked it, and Roel won the first blitz game in
Ah,
the
okay,
previous one. So no victories were there in the rapid
okay.
section. On the other hand, you already said, and I think Roel himself said it also, that the rapid portion is his favorite time control.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think we will see the same strategy of Schwartzman again in the rapid games, just trying not to make it too interesting or too interesting too dangerous for him, and just try to play a solid game, and then maybe in blitz or even the super blitz try to go for a win?
Well, I think it would make sense, at least, if he doesn't change his strategy for the rapid portion. Um, of course, I would want to tell the viewers otherwise, um, but yes, Rule is very strong in the rapid portion, and he's very strong in especially the time management part of the rapid. So players get what was it again? 20 minutes or
Yes,
15?
20 minutes and 10 seconds
Yeah,
added.
20 plus 10. Yeah. So yes, Rule is very strong in managing his time correctly, because he will he will treat it like a blitz game, and he's very experienced in the rapid portion as well. And he will treat it like a blitz game, and then when you have a couple of minutes left, he will have he will still have more than 10 minutes to calculate the most critical lines while you're there, kind of swimming. um, so yes, I think it would make sense for Schwartzman to kind of yeah, try to get the rapid portion out of the way first, and then see how his chances are in the blitz portion. But yes, just because Rule is obviously Rule still making a move. Well, that shouldn't be yeah, shouldn't mean too much. But just because Rule is younger, is physically more fit. Yeah, I think the longer the day continues, the more the chances are towards Rule's side. Um, and yes, of course, I've played many a blitz game or many a rapid game as well against Rule myself, and yes, he's just one of the best players in the world, and also one of the best blitz players in the world. Um, and yes, I think Schwartzman will not survive the whole day with games like this. Let's frame it that way.
Yeah, and
Uh,
also history tells us that maybe his chances, his chances are maybe a bit better, but in faster games, but maybe it's not so clear, because the FMJD, the World Drafts Federation, they gave me some numbers about the overall standings between Schwartzman and Roel in all time controls.
Mm-hmm.
And it's quite interesting. And of course, you should take in mind that some of these games came when Roel was quite young.
8 or something, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So in 6, before this match, they played, so just the regular games, they played 41 games between them, the two of them. And
Quite a lot, actually.
sorry?
Quite a lot, I would say.
Quite a lot, but well, it was the previous match helped a little bit, of course.
Mhm.
And as I see it correctly, but maybe I should check it because when I see it now, I cannot believe it actually. He won 3 times and lost 5 times in regular games.
Schwartzman.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I will check this for tomorrow again because that's quite a lot.
Kind of surprises me as well, but
yeah. And for Blitz,
they agreed to a draw.
To draw. But for Blitz, it's two wins and 4 losses. And in rapid games, they face each other 4 times and no one won. So yeah, maybe even the faster time controls aren't that luckily for Schwartzman as well.
I can remember that they once played a game in Wageningen, in my hometown.
Yeah.
But was that the classical portion or the
Super Blitz, I think.
Super Blitz?
Or not? How did
because it was because it was, I think it was in the final.
Yeah.
So there was this qualifying stage where you had to be in the top, say 16 or something of the tournament to go to the final stage, and then the tournament would continue for the rest just regularly. And yes, I remember this very chaotic game between Roel and Schwartzman in some faster portion, but I thought it was rapid, but I don't think there was rapid there.
No, because I think it was just a regular game and then Super Blitz.
Yeah, or maybe in the finals, that was different. That could be as well.
Yeah.
That they did the whole. Maybe I can quickly try to look it up.
Yeah, and
because I could remember that Rule won that encounter, but I thought it was in a rapid game. But since you say that now that nobody ever won a rapid game between these two, I'm starting to doubt myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to go to Wageningen in 2013.
Yeah, so this was the World Cup, I think, right? In Wageningen back
then. Yeah.
Did
World Cup.
And that was the one who won, right?
Yeah. He won.
Yeah. Oh, and now I see something happening at the door, so maybe Schwartzman is here already. What a game. No one enters here.
Yeah, so this was a draw.
Hello.
Oh, it was even in the Georgiev Lehmann barrage.
Okay, it was.
I must ask taxi in half hour, or we do 5 hours maybe.
Sorry, or we do?
5 hours.
5 hours if you want to. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Jan. What are you doing here, Jan?
We are live, actually.
You must.
You
must prepare for the club competition.
Sorry?
You must prepare for the club competition.
No.
No?
No. I want to look at your game.
Oh, my game is terrible. What do you want to look?
Yes, I saw.
Okay, I'll open this quickly for you.
Okay.
You join us now, or you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
have a
yeah.
break?
So,
Okay.
but I join in the half hour and then in half hour taxi comes. Is okay?
After half an hour,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
long?
No,
but the
not
people
more
that-
than half hour.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay, then I ask just.
Yeah. Okay. So, Jan, I think we take just a very small break to
Yes, that's
here, and then we will be back together with Alexander Schwartzman.
about
Okay, we are back here, and together with Alexander Schwartzman, always funny. He can always talk with us a lot. So, Alexander, how are you feeling about the game today?
Still alive, so I think it was a good game, but not for me. Yes, again, it is game number 6, yeah? 2, 3 years ago, I lose again game number
Yeah.
not again, but and today also problems. I don't know why, because, okay, no opening, I go for, yeah, I can do some another plan, but I want to play a little bit, but then I get some problems. Then I find a very good move, 47-41. I think it was only one move. I didn't see other one.
Yeah, so did you expect this plan by Rule?
Oh, by
Because
what?
I was quite surprised by 2025.
No, but Balak play a lot, and I know that, of course, Balak prepare rule also, so probably he
Yes,
wants
yes,
to.
okay. But they're different style of playing, of course.
Okay, if he will place you around, no problem for me next time. But this is very good change he did to 21.
Mhm.
Now I see some problems. For example, yeah, if but maybe it's not. Yes, if so, then then so if so, that's what I see. Then so, and then maybe it's finished because uh, he want to take a piece. For example, if this he take a piece and then he win with one piece, I'm sure rule is very strong because after this go in majority.
Mhm.
The training, yeah.
Yes, I didn't play enough today, so it's good for me.
But here what is important, what I calculate little bit. So I don't know. You can check if I calculate good. Now he must do very good move.
Mhm.
I think that's this one because 25 is. How you do this, Esther? It's
Yeah.
two pieces. I cannot do. After this one,
Yes, exactly.
then everybody happy. So I don't go to this variant, but I don't know. I think I play here. Here I played a very good move. I find. This one very good. It's only one. I didn't see other move.
Mhm.
Other one looks losing. And now, yes, this is nothing because if
Go to 46.
doesn't matter. If 46, then now it's okay. I can do immediately. So later then he must take 3. 44 years. If then so take
Mhm.
2. You know how you take this, and then this. Good for me. So then I calculate something. He played what he played.
But what would you do after 4-9 here?
After 4-9. And if this, what's the problem?
Yes, okay. Just this.
Oh, yeah, you like lose. Okay. I
Yes.
just. No. This. Okay.
No, okay. Just a
I
neutral,
think,
neutral
I think,
question.
yeah, it's possible. This one. Huh?
No, but you can just continue, of course. 43, but it's a bit dangerous, of course.
Yes,
Uh,
but
I
what
just
I can
play
do?
A12, A17,
Yeah, I
6-11.
understand the position. I hope, but the problem, yeah, he can long time he can, but I think because I stay active. No, he want to 17 and change. No, when he
No,
goes
because
7,
after this, you have this, of course. Yes.
oh, then I have attack. So maybe I have to wait and then
Mhm.
I do 20. Yes, that's maybe it's better because now he can do so.
Yes.
And
So
I cannot attack. I cannot attack because again it's terrible. Yeah. Well, what
But okay, the game continues. You play this probably. Oh, this one. Yeah, okay. We looked at this, but
This and then maybe change. Yeah, I
and then
think
maybe
because
this and
yes, it's maybe better because
maybe
I have some, you know, some because I'm active. Probably I will change, and if I will change this piece, maybe no big problem.
yeah, okay. I go 611 maybe
Okay,
34 1721.
I will change more time. Or
Yeah.
even maybe go here and 20. Nah. Okay, I change.
Yeah. So I go again, and now I have to think. So
Oh, you
maybe
have to think.
I
Interesting.
I always think too long. You know that.
This is good move because now 33. So and if this, I show you a little bit. This after this. Nice, huh? Good.
Yeah.
Not to you,
I
but
see.
our
Oh,
spectators.
audience.
Two scholars.
Yes.
Up. So take two. Esther, help me. You must work too, not only me. Yes. Later you show me how you do it. With
Yes,
this
yes, I
program.
will show you.
This lead draft?
You have
Oh, that's
to
terrible.
press the first, and then only just the where you end up. I will show you.
So yes,
No,
maybe
but of course it's other possibility for
how
black.
he played, but how he played for me was little bit already. I go to forcing, and I was sure it's. This is good move, I think. What's now? Yeah, that's good. And this offer, of course, I see this offer, and I understand that it must be not big problem. How he played because after this, and I go, but maybe I don't think my position worse after offer.
So now press 12.
12?
Yeah.
Where?
Okay, never mind.
12. Yeah, and that is this is okay. For example, so I have one piece more. If I want to do draw, that's I see. But maybe it's not necessary variant. 7. No, it must be. After this, I have something. And my flank is very good. No problem. Yeah, it's not. And what say computer? After when I lose piece, draw, huh? Or not?
Yeah.
I think I play many good moves. So too. I don't go to 16, but also it's also draw. I don't know.
Yes, but did you look at the 4-9?
4-9 maybe a little bit miss this move, but still I'm sure it's not what I played.
No. He played 14-20. But
No,
I
4-9. Oh, 4-9 is no problem. I tell you what I do on 4-9. I do.
okay, so I play this.
Oh.
No, but I want to learn, so
No, this, yes, 15, 19, no, it's not so good, eh? Maybe not this then. How he played 20. 4-9,
Yeah, he
look,
didn't
4-9,
play.
no, I see something, no, not really so stupid. If on 23 he goes to 20. But I have big tempo, many tempos. Only one piece less. 4-9. Well, I can do this. I think you never go. Yeah, this easy.
Yeah,
You
this is
must go.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that I can. This is not so difficult. So one piece more. When you change, oh no,
Yeah, you just wait.
you no, I can do this. What's the problem? I don't think you can use my flank because.
But why not?
No, maybe. Oh, no, this is not what I want. Maybe a second.
But you can do the same as in the game. Just wait. For example, 30-24 maybe.
Yeah, and I play with
And
two
just go
pieces, and I
here.
have it was my plan because he never can go or something like this.
Yeah, it should be draw, of course.
Because two piece more, maybe but in game was terrible. No. Because I was thinking I missed this because I was thinking already almost winning. If he take if he cannot take this piece on 43, he plays so, and
Mhm.
here I play good or not to 25 or not?
Yeah.
It's good move to more close to them.
Yeah,
But
it's
you thought it was
good.
almost winning for you.
No, after that, now, if, because I miss this sketching, he take to 48.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
exactly what we thought at the
Yes, and
first
if
moment.
not this, then it's
Yeah,
almost winning for me, because
yeah,
I go, I think, oh, maybe first time I get good endspiel, no way.
yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
but I understand this is good, and then I go to two piece more. And rule also understand that I sometimes miss this. Then he was thinking, he plays so, yes, and that's terrible. But
Yeah, so you meant that if at some point you go here,
yeah,
you,
but
at first you thought you could take like this, and then he has to go here, and you just easily catch the king, right? That's what you meant, or not?
yes.
Yeah.
But maybe I have to play this. Yeah. It must be no problem. I just stay. And what he can do after this move.
Yeah, I think we looked at these kind of lines as well, right, Jan?
Yeah, for sure.
And what say
Um,
computer here?
Equal, of course. That's always.
Yeah, let's see. He says
Because after this I go
says it's
here.
equal. Yeah, now he says slightly. Yeah,
No,
it's
but maybe he is in time. Because he's going to 21. No, I don't know. Maybe it's not so good for me.
he says this.
And then to 20.
He,
Why 3? Why not here? No, this okay. Why not this?
because of this and this.
Oh, okay.
But
Well,
I didn't find it. I have to say.
yeah, but this is no, it's possible because and now there is a strike, so that must be okay.
Yeah, next move this. Okay.
No,
No, but this was just a draw. But okay,
so
even what you.
maybe I play the best move just force draw without piece. No, because I was thinking if no, I understand that this position cannot be losing for me. Two piece more, and I have my pieces stay good. This also not so bad, but.
Mhm.
And I was thinking this, and now I think now I play good catch because now it's already problems.
Yes, for sure.
And yeah, why he don't take to 44?
But did you just one question? Did you think about 9-13?
You know, no, this piece is but because I miss this, I miss this catching. I don't think about anything.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it's maybe a tempo, but no. Is it the same or not?
What, which line?
This line.
Yeah, for example, this.
Yes, yeah, okay, I go here,
Ah, you go here.
but maybe still,
No, that's not good.
or can I?
So this position more dangerous for me.
Yeah, no, it's draw, of course, but you can
Yes,
you can
but
you can force draw here by this. He has to play 6-11 and then 12-7.
and if not 60, if he make done, that's the same that was this game or not?
And if he goes to 47 and takes here, then you have this, of course.
Yeah, then
14.
there's equal pieces.
But okay,
No. I don't understand. If I take two, no, this I don't. No. 6-11,
oh,
no.
wait,
9-13.
this?
Yeah. You said to 7. Yeah, and take two
Where?
to 6, for example. No.
Yeah, then 49.
This one. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of strike, but too
Yeah.
many.
But okay,
No,
he can take this, but now it's just this is draw, of course.
one piece more. Yes, no, must be drawing because yeah.
I have one more question about just something very early in the game. Here, why did you exchange here? Because, well, I think very easy, you know. So I think this is a piece playing against those two pieces. So then why change this piece? Because this is one. There are two edge pieces, and now
How to
there's
play? I didn't see good move.
okay. So yeah, we thought, well, maybe
How to play?
what happens if you play a move like this, for example?
After this, I don't like maybe this because now I must do something.
Okay.
And I cannot move my piece, and then because first, if it is like this, I think it's no problem. Even yeah, it must be not problem. And I can take this. Even 28, maybe 29. It must be not good. Then I go. If he changed to 20, okay, I change. But
You mean
no. Yes, if this, it's okay.
so you mean this 7-11 41 or
Not real problem.
this
Maybe even this, what he can do, maybe this, he must change 3 against 3, okay, it's not really so bad.
Yeah, okay.
But 27, I don't like it. Because I didn't see what I can do. It's a little bit, in one moment maybe. Then he attack later, or what I must do. If so, then a little bit, it's
Yeah, I understand. Difficult.
like
Of course, you have this big
so
exchange,
many
but
pieces, yes. So. And then maybe later Banar. Yeah, why not? Or attack, yes, or later.
now this. But
And if I change, then maybe that's I don't like because. Yeah, okay. That's I see. But
We can show it to our viewers.
okay, that's I know this, but yeah. But okay, he has many possibilities. Yes. I don't know, but I don't like too many.
maybe this. Then you will play this. It's a bit like your game against the Frisian guy. But with this here.
Yeah, but he has many, I don't know, no, but this plan was not good, what I did.
Yes, okay, this you didn't like. Okay, so now tomorrow you have the tie break. What are your chances in the tie break? What time control do you think you have the best chances for a win?
No idea. He is very good any time control, but okay, just play. I didn't even forget what the 3 games, but I think after 6 game I have more chances than after 12, so still no. But I'm already a little bit tired, so okay.
Yes, that's also the question. If you wait too long to play for the win, then you get more tired.
But what you mean? Wait, I just play, and what is complaining rule? I think is not so nice. What he said that is about what I play. I don't know. I would like to see when he will be 54, how he will play, and what he will do. I think everybody has their own strategy, yes, and I play like I can. So he also okay, and then what is complaining? I think if he complain, it's good. Good
It's
for
good
me.
for you, yes.
Yes, okay, he don't like it. So, but for me, it looks a little bit strange.
What? That he complains about it, you
Yes,
mean?
yes. He in some interview he said something like, "Oh, what is why he plays so?"
Yeah, he wants more interesting games, I think.
Okay, if he
Let's
wants
see
more
his
interesting, he
complaints.
must do it. Okay, today he try plays around and he get interesting game. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
but
try.
that's why your strategy is so clever, because if he tries it, then he must take very much danger, and then for sure you will try something as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's quite clever.
And then okay, but what I can do? He's 2 times younger than me, so he must play. He must try. If you see, I don't really change pieces. No, no. Maybe one time I can change a little bit if I don't like position, but late in some moment he don't expect. I go for fighting.
Yes, for
And then in
sure.
some I go
Yeah.
to some, not change. I'm not never change very passive pieces. No, I'm not get
Not-
a bad position. No, I think not. Maybe little bit, but still I keep the position. Today playing not so good, but okay, still.
Yeah, you would just wait for your moment, right? And then
Yeah, I already have one moment. I think I missed it already in game number 3.
yeah.
It was a fantastic moment, but
So your strategy will remain a bit the same, and you will wait for your moment, and then
yes, I will
when
change
you
all
get
pieces rule. Hello.
But do you maybe feel like this game 3? Do you maybe sometimes wake up at night, thinking I missed a big opportunity there, or do you believe?
Don't be so hopeful because
No, no, no. I mean, or do you think, or does it give you more strength or more belief that you can
yeah,
win?
yeah, from one side and give me more confidence because I understand. Oh, a rule he is not so like so it's possible to win against him. Why
Yes,
not?
exactly.
And the last match I could win, and you could win in second game against him in your match. So it's
it is
possible.
possible.
Yeah, it's just possible. But yeah, of course, I was little after that was a free day. I was a little bit disappointed that I don't use this good chance. But okay, another anyway, it was not winning a match. If it is
Mm.
winning match, even no, then it's more disappointing. But okay, it for me, I think for rule is more important than for me this match.
Okay, well, we are looking very much forward to the tie break of tomorrow.
Yeah,
You are too?
we will see.
Okay, we will see. We will see. So thanks a lot for joining us again, Alexander. And
Yes, thanks.
yeah, to our viewers, I will say, yeah, we will see you back tomorrow as well, because tomorrow for sure we will have a winner. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not of
for- Sure.
not of the match, but
Maybe we will play like Georgia with Valeris, or
Yes,
they
20
play.
games or,
20
or
games.
more, but it doesn't matter. You won't
But
leave
you
the
need
door
some
here.
medicine, some a lot of doctor to come for 20 games.
Yeah. But still, you won't leave the door here without a win for either you or
yeah,
me.
you don't put me even if I feel bad.
Yes, no,
Oh my
no.
God.
We really want to win now. So yeah, for sure we will have it.
Okay, but you know this system, it's sometimes good, sometimes, for example, somebody can win. I don't know who.
Yeah,
two
that's
two
the
normal
question.
games, two classical games, and then lose the match. It's a little bit for discussion, I think.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
Okay, but for now, we didn't see a win in a normal game yet, in a classical game yet.
Yeah,
So-
but I cannot say that game was not interesting. That's not true. If somebody thinks so, it was at least 2-3 interesting games.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And
Today,
then,
the game of today we
yeah.
liked, right, Jan?
Yes, today was very exciting. Yes, for
And
sure.
2 other games as well. In my opinion.
Yeah.
It's,
And Rule like do the best. Maybe today I was a little bit lucky, but okay. You must always make luck yourself. Yeah. You never get luck from nothing.
I heard, yes, I heard recently. I heard a saying that luck is on the side of the prepared.
Prepare.
But
Yes, but it's also
not sure whether you agree
you
or
must
not.
look always positive, then you get luck. If you are always positive, probably.
so you're looking forward for tomorrow a
Oh,
lot.
I'm
because,
looking to get some rest.
Okay.
But,
Okay, we will give you the rest. So
yes.
okay, then we will just say goodbye to everyone and see you tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.